Actually, before we begin, let me talk about the Maryland Association of Realtors. Maryland being, well, Maryland. I'm a little shady when it comes to Maryland. Um, they are different. So they have so Maryland has their statewide forms. And the statewide forms can be used anywhere from all the way out west to all the way on the shore. You can use the Maryland forms anywhere, except Montgomery County, because Montgomery County uses their own forms because Montgomery and DC use GCAR. And because Maryland is so unique and there are so many different areas and things, each association has their own additional forms, if that makes sense. So if you're selling something in Anne Arundel, there might be certain Anne Arundel addendums. Same thing with Bay Area if you're in Kent and Queen Anne counties. If you're in Carroll County, you're going to have additional forms. Same thing for Cecil, Somerset, Wacomeo, and Worcester. I know Frederick has some of its own forms. I know Greater Baltimore has a number of forms and addenda that it needs to add. Again, Greater Capital has its own complete form set, which is different. So there you can see the other associations in Maryland. While we're on that topic, real quick, completely unrelated, but useful and helpful. If you are showing a property, and let's say it's in Howard County, you need to check that you have access to that Sentrilock. And you're saying, well, what does that mean? Here we go, Sentrilock. When you log into your Sentrilock, hopefully, and you click on your picture and go to My Settings, you'll see here my primary associations, Northern Virginia, and here are all of the reciprocal areas where I can access the lockboxes. So again, if I'm going up to Frederick County, I can get into their lockboxes. I once showed a property in Howard County, and it's central and we're Baltimore. Um, Baltimore should be on here somewhere. Anyway, whatever. I think it's Greater Baltimore. Anyway, yep, Greater Baltimore. I showed properties in Baltimore and couldn't get in because I didn't have the reciprocity agreement. Um, go through and check. Again, you log into Sentrilock, you click on your picture, you click My Settings, and then it will show you where you have multi-list or Sentrilock access. All right, let's jump into the form. And yes, Francia.
So if you go to your Sentrilock profile and you see that you don't have access to a particular county,
Yes,
what did you need to add that county?
great question. So let's say, for example, I'm showing a property in Baltimore, and Baltimore isn't showing up on my reciprocal regions list. I'm going to go to the Maryland Realtors website. I'm going to go to Greater Baltimore Association of Realtors, and I'm going to call them. And Usually you talk to the member association representative. Let's see, about staff. More than likely, I would go through and look for Cheryl Alexander right here, member services, and uh, again, call her, email her, explain that I'm an MAR member, that I'm showing properties in Baltimore, and I need to get in uh, uh, MLS access. Great question.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yes.
I have a question. So will there be
Yes.
an additional fee to pay
Nope.
to the Baltimore?
Nope. Nope. No additional fee because it is Sentrilock.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Um, I showed a property down in King and Queen County, Virginia, which is covered by, what is it here? Central Virginia Regional MLS. And I got to the property and I'm like, I hope it works, and I hope it works, and I hope it works. And it did. So,
Another question. When they
yes,
grant you access, is it just for that one showing or that's it? You have
you
access
have
all the time.
you have access, period.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And sometimes they'll email Paige at NVAR, and then, well, they have to email Paige to make sure that you're a member in good standing of NVAR. And then they'll usually email you and say, hey, you have access.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So if you are starting to show properties in Maryland, if you're licensed in Virginia and starting to show properties in Maryland, I would do this now. So you don't get to a point where you're uh, on the way to the property and realize, uh-oh, I don't have access. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
This is really good to know. Those are great questions.
Yep. Great questions.